some insights for writers and authors, summaries from writing seminars. And you might enjoy listening even if you're not a writer, because just about everyone likes reading books, which means the more you know about what advice writers and authors use, the more you'll appreciate what you read. So here we go. Presenters at writing seminars usually offer their points of view on famous authors from previous writing periods. Most give glowing tributes to the ones they mention. But once in a while, I listen to a speaker who tells the unvarnished truth by stripping away cliches and euphemisms. One presenter I heard not long ago gave these vignettes of early 20th century iconic authors who pioneered the stream of consciousness internal monologue writing technique. It turns out that all of these famous authors possessed, at least according to the speaker, weird personalities as well as novel writing skills. Virginia Woolf, famous for Mrs. Dalloway and To the Lighthouse, drowned herself by putting rocks in her coat pockets and throwing herself into the Thames River. Marcel Proust, most famous for his 7-volume, 1,000-upon-1,000-page masterpiece titled In Search of Lost Time, spent most of his time in bed, writing under the covers. And James Joyce deliberately wrote in his novel Ulysses incomprehensibly long sentences that wrapped from the end of the book back to the beginning. And all the action in his book, this is Ulysses, takes place in one day, immediately around Dublin. The three central characters are Stephen Dedalus, who's the hero of Joyce's earlier portrait of the artist as a young man, Leopold Bloom, an advertising canvasser, and his wife Molly. They are intended to be modern counterparts of Telemachus, Ulysses from Odysseus, and Penelope. These are characters that come from the writings of Homer and are noted in the Trojan War. This presenter wryly admits that although these authors and their books are considered great classics that everyone should read, few people actually read them. And that's the definition the presenter gives of a classic novel. And the presenter also says that these kinds of books are the ones that win literary awards, but usually remain at the bottom of mainstream reader popularity lists. Oh well, I think you listeners can find analogies in activities other than writing. Well, the presenters at writing seminars are usually good speakers and give good advice, but much of the advice becomes repetitive if you listen to other presentations or go to other writing seminars. There are actually only a handful of writing principles and techniques. Different presenters frame them using different words, but the content is pretty much the same. However, repetition is good. Here's a fact I heard about advertising promotion. The average person needs to hear a commercial 7 times for the message to sink in. Well, anyway, here's a summary of a video presentation titled 5 Mistakes Fiction Writers Make. The presenter listed them at the beginning, and they are: 1. I must write elegant, that means beautiful purple prose. I must write elegant purple prose for my very first draft. Second, if I do a little more research, I'll be able to finish my first draft very soon. 3, I must have a rock-solid, unique story before I start. 4, I must follow every piece of writing advice. And 5, I must have a Master of Fine Arts or at least a college degree if I want to be a writer. The presenter gave great counterexamples illustrating why all 5 of these are mistakes. And she mentioned the most prevalent mainstream genres. Writers must know what genre their novel targets. And here are the most popular mainstream genres: action, crime, horror, love, morality performance, society status, and thriller. Each genre has a set of plot points and turning points that readers expect to find. Authors must include them in their books' storylines if they want readers to keep buying, and when they do, keep turning pages. And here are the sales and marketing genres used to classify mainstream books: action-adventure, science fiction, female love stories, mystery, young adult, dystopian, and political thrillers. And here's the presenter's 5-step process for writing a novel. First, determine starting and ending points. Second, pick a genre and structure your storyline to hit all the plot and turning points that readers of that genre expect. Next, fill in the gaps, if necessary, between the points with additional scenes that segue one to the next along the way. Next, repeat step 3, developing subplots, adding other genres, or including flashback scenes. And fifth, pressure test to find holes. Make sure characters have agency and they change along the way from beginning to end. The speaker then offers congratulations to anyone who has completed the first draft of their manuscript. But then the speaker asks, now what? Well, here are the next steps to take. Step 1, do a hands-off read-through, and then take good notes while you're doing that. Step 2, organize your revision list into the 4 phases of editing. Step 3, work through the 4 phases of revisions. First at the story level, then the scene level, then the page level, and then the sentence level. So there you have it. Good advice that's pretty much common sense. And if you attend writing seminars, the presenters will go over all the details. And that'll do it for this podcast. I hope you found it helpful, and I'll say bye-bye until next time.